Hey guys, welcome back. It is I, Anonymous. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Anonymous. I know I already said that. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm a little nervous because we're almost at 500 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you for watching. And I am going to tell you this is the video that I have had most retakes because I am getting a little nervous at the number of people that are watching the videos. But I am incredibly thankful because that means that what I'm doing is we're doing what I wanted to do, which is make gang stalking incredibly publicly available. The information that I'm spreading, which is the truth of gang stalking, I wanted to make it really publicly available to such an extent that anyone who is targeted can immediately find my videos and understand gang stalking to such an extent that they're able to defend themselves from it. Now, I'm gonna address a couple of comments, and I'm also gonna we're gonna use logic on some on the topic of direct energy weapons. So first, let's start by telling that someone said, well, go see a doctor or a psychiatrist or whatever. You know, I never delete any comments. I don't. And I won't, because those comments illustrate what the result would be if any target would go out there and say, you know what, I'm getting followed by people, they're using direct energy weapons against me, there's a conspiracy against me, I'm being targeted. So that's what people will say, which is why most targets stay publicly silent, which is also why I am doing this in an anonymous manner. Or semi-anonymous, because my face is all over the channel anyways. So, or accidentally, or on the channel. The primary reason that I'm actually anonymous is because I'm homeless and I don't want to spend the time to get my face ready, do my hair, because I have a full-time job. I like to spend like 3 to 4 hours at the gym, and I like to do these videos, and spending like 20 minutes 30 minutes doing something that would not get my checklist done for the day finished, I would see it as a waste of time. So if I can do it like this, and it makes me comfortable, to be able to just tell you everything about me and everything that is necessary, not about me, but everything that is necessary for you to understand what gang stalking is. A lot of these things get really personal, and I share things with you that people would not normally share, which is why I use this emoji. Now, so I've been told, go see a doctor. So even though I have already been to a therapist, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't disclose the whole thing about being gang stalked because I know what they're going to say. Now, however, my cognitive abilities, my perception of reality has been checked. One time I had to leave work because I just wasn't able to take gang stalking anymore, and I had to take a break. So I told my boss, and I had to take a mental health leave. And I actually went to a therapist, and I got a form of if I was okay to go back to work. And yeah, I'm completely fine. The therapist was like, she looked at me and she was like, you seem fine. Is everything okay? Yeah. Well, because things are okay. I'm perfectly healthy. I can function now that I took the rest. And I just had to recover, to regenerate. So I'm better than ever now, to be honest with you. Now, the reason that I don't need to go see a doctor about gang stalking is because I have had gang stalkers literally tell me to my face, right now we are sensitizing you to colors. And if you go tell anyone, no one is going to believe you. I don't need any more proof. That's all I need. And that's only one instance of the many things that I have already seen. So I know for a fact that gang stalking is real. I know for a fact that what I'm seeing is better than ever. I'm more sure than ever that gang stalking is real. So, but there's so many layers to gang stalking. So many layers. So, right now, the layer that we're going to talk about is the layer that puts gang stalking together. The layer, the one lie, the one perception fuckery that will make you feel like you're persecuted 24/7. And it's the truth about direct energy weapons. So listen, gang stalking is a way of brainwashing, which is also right now what we're going through the book Battle for the Mind, the mechanics of brainwashing and indoctrination. Because I want to help my audience understand why people believe that there are direct energy weapons being used against them. And they're going to defend that perspective with tooth and nail because they have felt the direct energy weapon attack them. They have felt that they have been in a microwave. They are convinced that they have been gassed or electrocuted or, I was there too. In fact, I have read some emails to you guys where I tell you what I believed, what I wrote myself in the email. And I even have the dates. Like, I have the email. I can show you that anytime. I wrote these things. I believe that they timed a freaking train to shine its light on my face when I was on the freeway to have me have a car accident. I believe this stuff. However, that is the effect of gang stalking. And at that point in my life, I would have defended it with tooth and nail. So I understand where these people are coming from. And today I want to address the pros and the cons. So someone told me that my information was dangerous. And I'm not going to lie to you. It is dangerous to the gang stalking operation. A target understanding the truth of direct energy weapons can completely dismantle the house of cards of gang stalking. Why do you think I have my sanity back? Why do you think I can understand both aspects of gang stalking? The aspect where you're free and the aspect where you're not. Is because I already lived it. And the truth literally set me free. So when you're feeling these sensations, your mind is gonna create reasons for it. So one time I was at the homeless shelter and I was in the restroom, and all of a sudden I just felt like a sharp pain of electricity just through this shoulder, like hard. And I literally yelled because it was so painful. And I immediately believed one of my roommates was with a fucking laser gun, pointing it at me, while he was in a fucking stall. And then, I go back into my room and then both of my roommates are just laughing their ass off. I yelled, I was like, what the fuck? Because I just couldn't believe it. And then also there were times where I was just laying down and I just felt like beams of energy burning. And this stuff, what the hell? what other, that's the only evidence that one would need, right? That there are being direct energy weapons used against you. You go look gang stalking, direct energy weapons, and then you start feeling these weird sensations and pains and stabs and crazy shit, you know. And well, and I almost forgot, I actually felt the the direct energy weapon and the spiritual. So I felt both. And I'm gonna tell you about the shadow later. But I felt it, and I lived a technology aspect of gang stalking, and I also lived a spiritual aspect of gang stalking. Oh, that story is crazy, oh my god. But I'm gonna tell you later. So it was actually like a mixture of both. It was so intense. Now, well, yeah, so there are diagrams. And I might put like a diagram here later. Actually, give me a second. I'm going to do that right now. Such as the ones displayed here that give your mind an explanation to why you're feeling these sensations. You know, and it's the only thing that makes sense. So, what effect does it have? Look, knowing that these are real, that this is how you're attacked, it creates all these narratives in your mind. You feel that people, that you are being followed, observed, that they have access to your brain 24/7. So you are completely tied, even when you are alone. Listen, I am still feeling the sensations, and you know, the sensations of gang stalking, they are less frequent, but they're still there. There's times where they flare up and they just feel really painful, but then it goes away. So I have learned how to separate my mind from the pain. You know, the pain is not like it used to be, like it used to be before. Like before, it used to be extremely painful. And these sensations, you focus on them. And if you focus on them, your mind is playing, you know, it's explaining the sensation. If you feel a sensation here, you just imagine, you know, someone pushing a button and then going on the satellite, and then the satellite throwing a ray on where you're feeling the sensation. When they first started, I felt like if I had a fucking a cuff on my ankle. And you know, and it explained it. It explained everything. So when that's the case, if you are convinced that gang stalking direct energy weapons are real, you're not gonna get a way out for, I don't know for how long. I'm still trying to find that out, because I still feel the direct energy weapons. You know, they are a lot less, but there's flare-ups. You know, maybe it's my wishful thinking that I'm actually hoping that they will go away. I am. However, they flare up, and you know, I'm going through the day less and less and less. Like now that I'm talking about it, I'm beginning to feel it. And you know, what are the benefits of believing that? So the one thing that you can see as a benefit is like, spread awareness. How has that helped anyone? Tell me of a target whose life has been ameliorated by spreading awareness. No other YouTube channel gives you any type of practical help or practical useful tips or information other than this one. You know, and they're saying that I'm dangerous. I'm dangerous to the people that I want to be dangerous to gang stalkers. You know, you know, so this is gonna sound awful and it's gonna get a lot of people upset, but I am here to tell you the truth, because the truth won't change regardless of how you feel about it. And the truth is that if you are convinced that direct energy weapons are real, is that you have been brainwashed. You have been manipulated into believing so. I do have an idea of how I got out of it. But trust me, it took me 7 years. Day in, day out, trying to find a solution. And if there wasn't one, I tried another one immediately. I was always trying solutions. It took me nearly a decade to find everything that I know about gangstalking. And I have this channel because I don't want you to have to waste a decade of your life trying to figure out how to get out of it, if I can give you the information that you don't have to discover it. Some people don't ever discover the truth, and they live their lives feeling persecuted. It's fucking awful. Why do you think I have made more than 200 videos? Because that's how much, and I plan on making thousands more. Because I want gang stalkers to lose the game. Because there is a way of winning what gang stalkers consider the death sentence to the target. So, what are the benefits? Let me tell you all the benefits I had. Look, one day I was feeling the direct energy weapons on my foot. It fucking hurt. It felt like there's like a fucking giant insect just, fluttering its wings really fast. One time I felt 4 of them, one on each leg and one on my shoulder and another one on the other one. And they were just on my body. It's frightening as shit. I felt that my bed was shaking. I felt that the floor was moving from underneath my feet. However, it was my body that was producing those sensations. And let me tell you why I know this. Because, one day I was just suffering. And my subconscious mind told me, all the sensations are random. They have no meaning. And that's when I came to realize I absorbed the thought, even though I was, when you're getting gang stalked and you've lived almost a decade feeling persecuted, you're gonna try to take any new information and try to and see if it makes sense. And if it makes sense, you're gonna use it to get out of it. Unless you're one of the people that takes pride in being a target and that gets a sense of being special, type of martyr. You do you. If that's your case, then you can watch whatever you want, but don't complain about what I'm talking about in my channel. Because that means that this channel is not for you. This channel is for people who seek the truth. And that's exactly what I'm here to tell you. Now, when you're getting gang stalked, everything that people do has a meaning. It's almost like a reflex of gang stalking. You immediately contextualize the gang stalk with whatever people are doing. Like, for example, so I saw a woman spitting, and if you assume that everyone is like, she was spitting like in a really nasty manner. And I was like going on to the drive to a Jack in the Box. And I had it, and if you assume that everyone is a gang stalker, you're immediately gonna feel that whatever people do have something to do with you. Is they're doing it because of you. So I immediately just thought, my brain, like a reflex, it thought, you're fucking trash and I'm spitting on you. That's what my mind thought. When someone would buy a product for the transmission, and I would see the word trans on the bottle, I would immediately think they know that I like to watch, Chinese getting pounded. And now I don't care. But before, when you feel that everyone is against you and that you feel that they know everything again, when you feel like they have access to you, to your brain, you feel like they're mocking. I felt like they were mocking that. Whenever I would see a shopping cart, I felt like it was placed there to mock me because I was being homeless. Whenever I saw someone wearing sandals, I felt really self-conscious about my feet because I had like an ugly ass fungus on my foot, on my toenail. Now it's finishing healing. They're a lot nicer now. But look, I have to use these medicines, and I still use them to make sure that that shit doesn't come back. But I would have take everything as a personal attack, but that's what gang stalking does. It makes you schizophrenic. And I was schizophrenic for a little bit, but it wasn't a naturally occurring schizophrenia. It was a purposely induced schizophrenia by gang stalkers. If this channel goes big, I can recreate the entire gang stalking sensation experience like a movie. I wouldn't mind telling you everything about it. I think that's actually one thing that I want to do, is recreating the gang stalking, but showing you in such a technical way. And I already contacted Vice News, and I told them, I know how to recreate a gang stalking operation. They haven't gotten back at me yet, but if I have the funds, that's my biggest project that I wish for, is to have the opportunity to recreate a gang stalking operation, my gang stalking operation at least, to make even a short film about it, where you guys can see what it takes and how it's done, every aspect of it. And I think that would be amazing, because that way we could pretty much dismantle the mysticism about gang stalking. Now I'm thinking about starting a GoFundMe, but I don't think it would get funded. I don't feel confident about it yet, but I would like your input. Tell me what you think in the comments. If what do you think about that? I think it would be a good idea. And I want to destroy gang stalking. That's what I want. I'm going to live the rest of my life doing that. I know that. So, anyways, listen to me what happened when I figured out that gang stalking was, that the direct energy weapons were actually sensations produced by my body. What happened? All of these things disappear. All of a sudden, the sensations that I produce on my body are random and they mean nothing. That instantly made me a free man. Suddenly, I had my freedom back. I was not prosecuted. I was able to see gang stalking for what it is. I was able to understand why gang stalkers told me. They were like, oh my God, he's actually enduring the pain. Because the more you endure the pain and don't move your wherever it's hurting, the more it's gonna cement onto your body. And it's gonna last longer. my nervous system could possibly be fucked forever, and I could possibly feel the sensations for the rest of my life. I don't care. Because now I know that that is the result of gangstalking. And therefore, I can use this to tell the truth about it. You guys, people who are getting gangstalked, are gonna know what to expect if they're feeling microwaved. It's been 7 months, more or less. And I still feel the sensations. So imagine if I still would be under the gang-stalking Kool-Aid. I would not have my freedom. I would still feel that I am getting attacked by all of these things. I would feel that I'm connected to everyone. They're hacking my brain. And you know, my subconscious mind has helped me in a lot of ways. I've talked about dissociation from your subconscious in other videos. But you know, your inner self is there to help you. And they take that away from you. And you know, I'm so sorry I went on a tangent. Well, the moment that you eliminate the possibility of direct energy weapons and you just feel you sleep, you eat, you take away the access that gang stalkers have to you, and you understand that the sensations that you feel are meaningless, you will have your freedom back. Or as much freedom as you can possibly get if you're getting gangstalked. And to me, that is the most freedom I have had in almost a decade, in 7 years. Now, like everything else in gangstalking, you will never, no one will give you any certainty. You have to trust your instinct. And you have to decide what perception you want to have. Or you have direct energy weapons, or you decide to have the perception that is more helpful to you. The perception that will give you your freedom back. It's your choice. What do you want to live? Do you want to live a life of being persecuted and attacked by direct energy weapons? Or you want to live a life of the most freedom you can possibly get when there is literally a conspiracy to destroy you? The choice is up to you. And you're free to decide. I don't care. Who I care about is those who want their freedom back. My job is to help them rationalize and understand gangstalking in such a way that will give them as much freedom as possible as they can possibly have, so they can live as happy as they can possibly be and destroy the enemy's plans. That's what I want for you. If you want to be a martyr, feel that you're special because you're getting gangstalked. I mean, everyone is special. I know that. Everyone has the potential to become something incredible and amazing. But if you want to feel that you're above the rest because you have been chosen to get attacked, that's fine. You know, I felt that way. It's normal. And you have a right to make a choice. Direct energy weapons or reality. And I don't mean that in a negative way, because direct energy weapons can be your reality, but it's not going to help you. Who benefits? Who benefits when you feel the direct energy weapons are real? Not you. Unless you make a YouTube channel and you get a lot of sympathy and you make money. Then hell yeah. By all means, use that perception to make yourself money, to make yourself feel better about yourself, to make yourself feel special. If you want to live that, fuck it. Good for you. Hell yeah. Use their what's supposed to harm you to your benefit. And if you find another way of make that work for you, fuck yeah, tell me about it. I want to hear it. If you can use Gangstalking to make your life better, fuck yeah, do that. That's what I want. I don't care which side you take. I could give two shits about what you decide to take. But what I want to do, the people that I want to help are the ones that are on this side. The ones that believe this stuff, fuck yeah. If you want to live your life believing that, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's your decision. And I have the utmost respect for it. But just know that it's your decision. What I want to offer you is an option. That's it. To me, direct energy weapons and people that push direct energy weapons, I can see them as dangerous. Because, I believe that I know that the truth is that there's no direct energy weapons. But if you can use this reality to your benefit, then go for it. Let's have an argument about it. It's cool. But let me tell you, I am not going to be entertaining ideas that I know are not real. Because that's not what this channel is about. I'm entertaining it because I want people who want to get out of gangstalking, of direct energy weapons, that want their freedom back. I want them to be able to see. I'm not minimizing the suffering. The suffering is very real. The pain is incredibly real. It hurts like a motherfucker. I was stabbed and I was raped by a fucking shadow. I liked it. The raping, not the stabbing. That shit was fucking painful. Sorry. But let me tell you, I'm not your enemy. I'm telling you to the people that believe that direct energy weapons are real. I'm not your enemy. By all means, go for it. I don't care. But don't try to convince me that direct energy weapons are real. I don't want your convincing. I used to look for confirmation that direct energy weapons were real. But once the opportunity was offered to me of freedom, by changing my perception, I took it. And I'm not going back, let me tell you, because I am so much happier now. Now, to finish off, the decision, there, I have to do it here. The decision is yours. Because why? Even though there's a lot of diagrams and information about direct energy weapons, there's just as much or even more information about having a normal perception of life and that energy weapons are not real or are not used on on targeted victims. The internet is so big that you can create evidence about everything. I created evidence that direct energy weapons were real. I thought gang stalkers could put an overlay of reality on top of my optical nerve. I sounded just as conspiracy tinfoil head as everyone else. But I saw an opportunity to get out of that, and I took it. Now, you're never going to get a confirmation that direct energy weapons are real. You're never going to see one. You can get what people believe they are. You're going to get things like this. And you're also going to get truths. So this is truth for a lot of people. And I have the truth. This is the truth for some people, and what I'm telling you is the truth for others. And it's a matter of perception. Perception is reality. And you have a choice to perceive your life however you want. If you want to believe that direct energy weapons are real, live that. If you want to get your freedom back, as free as you can possibly be when you're getting gang stalked, then keep watching my videos. I invite you. And if you want to follow me because everything that I'm talking about goes against your direct energy weapon narrative, that's okay. You're more than welcome to leave. No hard feelings. We're on the same team. But we're not the same type of people. So don't try to convince me or don't tell me that I'm dangerous, because I'm not. I'm dangerous to the people that you're against. Gang stalkers. All right? That's all I have to say for today. Thank you for watching.